100. Finally, Nnamdi Kanu granted access to Dr. IOCS sabotaging crude supply for local refining. And on entertainment, Moba doubted his son's paternity while alive. Dad. Good day. Thanks for joining us here on Leadership TV News. I am Cynthia Onwado. The Joint Admission and Matriculation Board, JAMB, and universities across the country have pegged admission cutoff mark at 140. The board has also fixed 100 as the minimum cutoff mark for admissions into polytechnics and colleges of education, respectively. JAMB Registrar Professor Ishak Oloyede discloses at the 2024 policy meeting of tertiary institutions in Abuja on Thursday. Earlier in the session, Minister of Education Professor Tahir Maman had announced a ban on admissions for candidates under the age of 18 into tertiary institutions in the country while speaking at the meeting. The minister had cited potential detrimental effects on both students' academic prospects and institutional operations of admitting underage students. Leadership TV reports that the meeting also had in attendance vice chancellors, rectors, and registrars of higher institutions and other stakeholders. And less than 24 hours after the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB demanded his unconditional release with complaints surrounding his health. Embattled Nnamdi Kanu has been allowed to see his personal physician. Kanu's special counsel, Aloy Ejimako, announced on Wednesday that the Department of State Services, DSS, had now allowed the IPOB leader to gain access to his medical doctor. Leadership TV recalls that Ejimako, together with the band IPOB, raised an alarm that the DSS denied Kanu access to his doctor despite formal requests made concerning his deteriorating health condition. IPOB spokesperson Ima Powerful had on Wednesday issued a statement urging the federal government to release Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally to avert potential danger. And now the management of Dangote Industries Limited has raised alarm that international oil companies are still frustrating crude supply to its 650,000 capacity refinery. In a statement on Wednesday, the Dangote Group alleged that the IOCs insisted on selling crude oil to its refinery through their foreign agents, saying the local price of crude will continue to increase because the trading arms offer cargoes at $2 to $4 per barrel above the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission (NUPRC) official rate. The company also alleged that the foreign oil producers seem to be prioritizing Asian countries in selling the crude they produced in Nigeria. The Vice President Oil and Gas Dangote Industries Limited, Mr. DVG Edwin, said, "If the domestic crude supply obligation guidelines are diligently implemented, this will ensure that we deal directly with the companies producing the crude oil in Nigeria as stipulated by the Petroleum Industry Act." Edwin insisted that IOCs operating in Nigeria has consistently frustrated the company's request for locally produced crude as feedstock for its refining process. Dangote Group commended the NUPRC for its various interventions in the oil company's crude supply request from IOCs and for establishing the domestic crude supply obligation guidelines to enshrine transparency in the oil industry. And now, for foreign reports, French security forces began locking down large parts of central Paris on Thursday ahead of the hugely complex Olympics opening ceremony next week on the River Seine. News agencies report that with the opening ceremony just 8 days away, the City of Lights is transforming ahead of the Games when around 10 million spectators are expected. The opening parade along 6 kilometers of the river led to the closure of the Riverside Central District to mostly vehicles from 3 GMT on Thursday. Anyone wanting to enter the higher security gray zone along both banks of the Seine, such as residents or tourists with hotel reservations in the area, will need a security pass in the form of a QR code. Temporary sports stadiums have sprung up at popular locations such as at the Eiffel Tower, the Invalides, or the Palace de la Concorde, while new Olympic VIP lanes are the latest traffic snaring addition. Many central metro stations were also closed on Thursday until the day after the opening ceremony, which will see 6,000 to 7,000 athletes sail down the Seine on around 800 barges and riverboats. Finally, now on entertainment, paternity while alive, the dad of Mr. The dad of Mohbad, Mr. Joseph Aloba, the father of singer Ileriowa Aloba, aka Mohbad, has disclosed that his late son was grappling with doubts about the paternity of his child, Liam, before his sudden death in September 2023. Aloba made the disclosure while featuring on a popular live human rights radio show, Brekete Family, anchored by Ordinary President Ahmed Issa on Human Rights Radio in Abuja. During the radio program monitored by our correspondent, Mr. Aloba shared that Mohbad had serious concerns regarding the paternity of his only toddler son, which led to intense arguments with his wife, Wumi. The issue, according to him, was a significant source of tension in Mohbad's personal life. He said, "They said the cause of their fight is the paternity of that child." He added, "So from those things that I gathered, I know that there was a serious thing between Mohbad and his wife. The paternity of that child is very, very important because my son was doubting it before he died." Aloba cited testimonies given at the coroner's inquest in Lagos State by associates of Mohbad, mainly Spending and Prime Boy. He said that to dwell to detail the singer's struggles and the heated disputes he had with wife Wumi over the child's paternity before his eventual death. Well, that's the size of our package here on Leadership TV News. For more of our news stories, you can log on to our website. That's www.leadership.ng. Many thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080 3688 61